Let Haas go ahead. In case the DOT guy's sitting up there, he can call me. Nah, I ain't worried about it. Levels out just a touch, a couple degrees. Down, come on, hold third. Here. The other day I pulled over. It was bad timing, bad luck, bad timing, but a good officer. Well, I got a special episode for you guys today. You notice the chipper is all the way forward. It doesn't have but a 1/4 inch to spare. Ideally, this would be a little bit more proper to pull this off. If the trailer was 1 foot longer, would be just right. But we're gonna put the little X on with the chipper. So I'm gonna go down the street and turn around with just one rig on there. Go up there, load that. Now, the weights, not too far worried about that. That's only slightly over 25,000 pounds. This machine's around 13, 14, and the other one's 11, 12. So we're good on weight. That's as much as just one of the normal machines that gets hauled on here. Let's go down the block, turn around. We're gonna tow this bad boy home. I didn't haul them down here together. I did haul them individually, but we're gonna haul home in one trip. Well, with this one, I got to put the blade underneath the feed table and lift myself up. Where's my remote? Yeah. Now, fits right underneath here. Like a glove. See if the counterweight gets involved. Lifting me up. No problemo. The excavator with the boom forward was, as I was driving up there, it was about to crest over the top of it and tip. So I don't got too much on the tail, but now that I'm rotating it around, I'm gonna have the boom out the back. Doesn't seem too bad, as long as the counterweight's not hitting the table. Oh, we got more room to go forward. Look at that. Get out of the way, shit. Oh yeah. We get more on the truck than on the trailer off the tail. Dude, that thing, I could go a little bit more. I think it's fine, but we'll use up all the real estate to get it on the main deck. Well, she's on there. Now just got to spend an hour and tie it down. I have to look at the video to see. Oh crap! I forgot to put the blade down. See where the this thing was parked with a little X. I think it's really close. Well, that was an interesting one. I put all these machines on the trailer, getting ready to haul out of here, and the owner said, "Hey, I got another tree in the backyard. You want to take a look at it?" And I thought, dang it, I gotta unload both of these. But it's a fairly good size oak tree, and then he's got like 6 more of them that are hanging over the water ditch, so they need to be pulled. Little X is not sufficient enough to do that job, so we are out of here, and we need to bring 2 other machines back. We need the Prime and the 080. Come on, get up in there, bud. So we're out of here. We're gonna haul out these cones out, see how we do. I have always wanted to do that. She works. Definitely wouldn't do that with the 080, but you know, here we are. Up out on the road here. This is something I never do because these transmissions on these trucks, they learn your driving style, and this truck always tows. So its default is pretty much tow haul, which is really nice. This thing is adapted pretty well to typical driving style that I require. I've said it before, these trucks don't know when you're about to hit a hill, so it's not going to automatically downshift and prep for the hill. But this flat ground stuff, I'd tow even more than this on the flat ground any day, anywhere. Flat ground is easy. I got plenty of power, I got plenty of trailer brakes, plenty of trailer rated, 40,000 pound rated trailer. I mean, we got plenty back there. 3-inch coupler ball with 5500. This thing's actually towing. It's been a minute since I towed the Prime Tech, I guess, but I got to tow the Prime back down to this job, and I got to tow the 080, the bigger excavator, because we got to do some tree pulling. But I mean, she's scooting right along. This is kind of fun. I'm not worried about the weight that was on there, because this is the Prime Tech weight, around 25,000 pounds, give or take any mud that's on the tracks and or fuel. But trying to get it all to fit on there. Check this Chevy out over here. Hopefully the camera picks it up. It's nice when people are aware of the situation, because he left me room for the trailer to get by. I didn't need it, but just the fact that he stayed off the line, the vehicle length, to let the trailer make that corner a little bit easier, much appreciated. Boy, now I figured I'd say this now while I'm thinking about it. Remember how I've always said I would prefer a 5500 over a 35. You win some and you lose some with a 35 or a 5500. 5500, you got service brakes that are double what a 35 is. But the usable horsepower, I wouldn't say it's double, but the pulling power that a 3500 has over a 55, when it comes into the hauling this kind of weight, you could definitely use more power than this truck has in factory format. I guarantee you that, because I find myself in these hills every once in a while, and I got lower gear ratio than a 35 does, but I find myself barely able to hold second gear in some of these, you know, hills. Even lower gear ratio would have been okay. That would have been another horsepower compensator, but at the same time, still like to be able to cruise on the highway and not scream the RPMs, because man, that's difficult on the engine. But 30 mile an hour, second gear 25, you're barely keeping it locked up. And with a 3500, you got a lot more low end grunt that will handle that. All right, crossing the highway. Somewhere here, the other day I pulled over. I'll save that for another video, because it was a nice officer. He caught me. It was bad timing, bad luck, bad timing, but a good officer. Comment below if you guys want to see that video. But shoot, this flat ground towing, walk in the park. I think the excavator's still back there. I see the tie downs. The little excavator, I can't really honestly see it behind the chipper. Oh, there it is. There you guys go. Got a little bit better view. Flat ground, easy kicking through here. No big deal. 1800 RPM, maybe even less. 46, 47 mile an hour. Keep her on the road, driver. Now we'll start getting into the hills a little bit up here. Some of these corners, you just gotta absolutely prepare for it, and you gotta send them a little hard in order to make these corners so you can make the uphill. The main thing is to try to keep these freaking Dodge transmissions. The ISN is a good trans. I've been happy with them. This is my second truck that has it, and they're just really needs to be able to lock up first gear. Fords, they lock up first. So check it out. This is our corner here. We're going to manually downshift it, which I don't know why it's here. It should be over on my shifter. Make sure it's getting second. I doubt that I'll be able to hold this thing. Oh. no, we're doing all right. Keeping 2,400, 25 mile an hour. We're losing a little bit on the RPM, but I didn't run the hill and run that corner as hard as I could have. That actually did good. So that makes me think that we were right in the Prime Tech weight category, because that's about how the Prime makes that corner. So I ain't worried about that. That did all right. Not bad. Even grabbed third gear out of it. Chooching her up at 2,200. But anyway, if the new Ford's Tavet's rig, that 22, that thing's got some power. It'll probably pull hills 6, 8, 10 mile an hour faster with more weight. But the first gear locks up on a Ford. So even if you're just needing to putt-putt, the Ford does better because it's got first gear lockup, which I did not know it had. So we'll let the RPM stretch a little bit for this hill, because there's no point in trying to grab another gear because you're just going to go back to the same one. It's not like there's different categories of hills. I know people are going to say, oh yeah, you got a hill that hill's steeper than that hill. Our hills here are steeper. A lot of the hills that people talk about when they run hot shot or any of that kind of Mickey Mouse stuff, it's a highway. Yeah, it could be a steep hill that's lasting 10 miles. I don't know. Probably 20 if you're trying to beat me in a conversation battle. But there's a difference, is you can hit those hills with some momentum. You know, yeah, it's going to take a toll on the engine pulling the hill, trying to keep your speed the whole time. But these hills, these back road ones, you can't hit them with momentum because the corners don't allow it. Yeah, you can hit them twice as fast in a sports car, sure, but you can't run the corners as hard when you're towing a trailer as you can when you're empty. That's just fact. All right, second gear. I'll tap the trailer brakes a little bit, give me something to chew on. I'm gonna set the RPMs on speed dial the whole time. We got to back them down a little bit. So we're gonna have a stop sign and then a left-hander up this hill. Obviously, stop sign, we need to stop. So we're gonna be dead heat right from the beginning, and this will be power shifting. We won't let the truck do it because it'll try to slide second way too early. So we need to burn on the converter for a minute, and let me see here. I'll get this thing set up to the, I've got some cars coming. There we go. Engine temp, trans temp, there we go. 165 on the trans. All right. Burn on the converter for a little bit, see if we can get over this hump right here. I just want to crest this one hump. This little guy. Let it burn on second gear. See, it tries to lock up. Let's see if it'll save itself. There we go. Trans temp went up 3 degrees. It's going to climb here in a second. It's locked up right now, so we're not slipping the converter. That did good. So just burning diesel at this point. See how third gear does up this one. Yeah, got a little too greedy. Got no one to downshift. You got no one to upshift too. Oh, there's no way. There's a little bit of a levels out just a touch, couple degrees. Down, come on, hold third. You really find transmission temps they start gaining on temperature if you start going up and down, shifting gears. So if you can keep it to, even if you're going a little bit slow up the hill, keep it in that whatever gear. There we go, pulled third. I did good. I'm okay with that. Now we're on top of the hill. We're gonna have to go down. Way out that way somewhere. This is a nice little hill right here. And there's a speed bump. That's a pothole right about where that truck is. So I'm gonna kindly wait until he gets by so I can go over there so I don't drop all 1,900 tires in that pothole. Not a very steep hill, but we got a hard left-hander right at the bottom of it that's tilted the wrong way. Keep around, RPMs are almost 3,000. Right before we get to this corner down here, normally get one. Yeah. Then we'll go ahead and upshift. Just debating on it. Got to give her some low throttle. Well, made it back. Trans temp was actually 168 still. Now it's 167. So that's nice after all that. Made it back safe and sound, no problems. Setup did great. I'm not gonna lie, the price on that trailer alone outweighed the price on my first truck and trailer combined. That's ridiculous, but I tell you what, you pay for quality and you pay for better suspension, better axles and all that stuff. But we made it home safe and sound. Let's take a look at it. How's the sayings go? Love it when a plan comes together. And yeah, boy, the track chipper and the little X both fit on the trailer at the same time. I've been wanting to try this for a while now, just never had the opportunity because, well, today was the first job that the little X has ever done with the track chipper. It has never fed a tree into the track chipper, mainly because the other machines lead the charge into battle, and the little X, it's got its place. And the idea of taking it to the job was so that I could haul them both at the same time. That saves on setup fee for the customer, saves time for me, and it was a small job, small trees, even though the rotator on the grapple just started to crapped out on us. So finished the job with no rotator, but chipped up 6-7 trees. And where the plan kind of fell apart is the customer threw in a curveball for us and added those big oak trees in the backyard that need to be pulled. So when I said normally the bigger machines just go to the jobs and this one stays at home, here's a prime example of it. This one doesn't got the oomph or the speed required for some of the poles that we need to. So I'm going to end up going back down there with the bigger machine anyway. And chipper's not going to work because we need to mulch it because it's going to be on a kind of a crappy side hill and we got a bunch of underbrush and stuff to take care of. So I will haul the prime back down there, but let's go ahead for you guys that like facts and stuff. Front hub, yep, no temp. Back one, got a little temperature to it, but you keep your hand on it without a problem. Oh, mailman's here. How's it going, Skipper? Excuse me. I already checked the front ones. There is no temperature. That one's got the same as the other side. For some reason, the back axle seems like it's got a little bit more weight, but it's impossible. It's got an equalizer. Anyway, we're going to end it here. Yeah, I did use the ratchet tie downs. That's technically, those got plenty of ratings to haul that. Normally, when I haul two machines, the second one is a little blue guy or stump grinder or something, and it doesn't weigh crap, and it fits on the tail all by itself. And I don't need chains for those, so that's why I only had that dealio. But I did chain down the heavy one, and yeah, man, I'm stoked. That worked out good. 5,500. Before I end it out, do have interest in possibly what's coming down the line from Dodge. If it's going to have a 7-liter Cummins or it's have 8-speed, it needs something to compete with the Ford, because the Ford's absolutely killing it with the horsepower, the 10-speed transmission, longevity. I mean, we're seeing stuff here and there, but for the most part, stuff breaks, stuff doesn't break. Knock on wood, this truck keeps doing good. But I need to unload the excavator and the chipper down here because we need to switch over to the auger. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Later.